Hey, what's up, Granos and Granettes? Juan Granos, back again, this time with another review. So today we're going to be talking about door locks. I have done reviews of this particular company and these particular products in the past, and this is like basically an upgrade to a version I already reviewed. I'm going to leave the link in the description to the other version that I reviewed, but this is basically a company called Ardwolf, and this is the A10 Fingerprint biometric lock for your home and office, or garage, or what have you. And the box is very simple. This is the box. It's simple, regular cardboard box, recycled material, excellent. You don't really need a lot of fancy stuff. It's not for display. This is they're selling on Amazon, and of course when a new item comes out, which is trending, at the time, I purchase it and I do a review and let you guys think, let you know what I think about them. So why don't we go into the unboxing of the lock? So let's just go right ahead and open this up, and let's put it sideways here. So let me make sure I got this all on camera. So here is the box, and of course we got the manual. Now, in most of my reviews, I do not read the manual because I want to show you guys how simple it is. A product is, whether it's easy to use or not. Most likely in this particular review, I will be checking out the manual only because this has a ton of features. Now, one thing I do know it does have is 500 fingerprints. You could program up to 500 unique fingerprints, and you could use up to 300 codes from 4 to, I believe, 12 digits. So I mean, your security options here are almost endless. So here's the manual. Put that on the side, and here's the lock. And as always, Ardwolf, the product materials are really good. So I'm gonna take everything out, and then I'm gonna go through the review, so show you guys basically what comes in the box. So this is basically, I believe this is where the key and a couple of screws are in, and that's it. That's all you get. So why don't we line this up here? So why don't we go with a couple of things in the actual lock? So a couple of things here. So let's pull this apart together. None of these knobs are attached. Now, what I do like about this lock compared to the other lock that I review is that this is actual, you could actually switch the handles on it. So they will only sell it either left handle or right handle. And this handle, you could actually take it off and put it on the side that you need, whether it's the right or the left hand, or I should say the right side of the door or the left hand side of the door. So this piece generally just comes off to go. Oh, you know what? It's screwed on. Particularly, these guys come already separated, but this particular piece looks like it's screwed on by these screws up here. So let me just take these screws out. So once you remove the two screws, you should be able to pull these two guys apart. And basically, it's two parts to the system. There's the internal part, I should say, the inside part, where you will keep your, obviously, your batteries, and this is where you use to program the unit. Again, I haven't looked at the manual, but this is what happened in the earlier unit, so I'm going to go around, I'm going to go with that, but we're going to go through it together. And this is the front part, and it does have this sort of weathering piece here. There's a little rubber piece here on the back. Now, you do or you should know is that it's not a unit for the outside, the elements. It's not a unit to put where water is going to fall on it constantly, like a constant stream of water, snow, what have you. This unit is particularly more for like maybe somewhere you could have it outside, but it should be protected from water. So it should have maybe an awning over it, like if you put it inside your second door in your home, when you come in, you could have this unit on there. So a couple of things right off the bat here, so you guys can see. So this is the new LED display on the top here, and this is obviously where you do the fingerprint. And here you have your keyboard where you could punch in the numbers, and we're going to go through all that. And obviously, like I said, what I really like about the unit is that you could either put it on the left or you could put it on the right. So either way it will work. Your cylinder. So I mean, if you have one, I don't think you need to do it. And so you do have your cylinder, but what I do like about this, it does bring a regular key. The other key that they had, it was one of these special keys where you have to take it to a special locksmith to get it done. But this is just a regular key, and you could just use it, or you could use your own key that you already have, and you just take off the piece and put it on there, obviously. So that's that. We have the door piece, for the door. Again, this is a whole lock for your door. I mean, if you don't have any of these pieces already installed, they send them to you so you can install them. And of course, all the screws that you need to install everything. So why don't we go into the programming of the tool. So from experience, basically we open up this unit here, we put the batteries in there, and then we'll go from there. So once you get the screwed out, let's see if I can twist this out by fingers here after I screwed it with a screwdriver. Once you get this piece off, you see your battery unit. Basically, this is where the battery unit goes. I'm sorry, this is where the batteries go. And let's just put some batteries in here. And you know what? The last one, it had a button where you will program it. So I'm thinking that maybe this is a little different. So let's put some batteries in here and see what happens. Keep in mind, you should really have brand new batteries, alkaline batteries, to do these, to install these locks. You know, make sure the batteries are brand new. That's the number one thing. So let's plug this in and let's see what happens. Let's just put all the stuff to the side. So the unit, you would just connect it right over here. And let me just remove this piece as well. The unit goes connected right here. And we should have some confirmation that is juiced up. And there it is. Now, a couple of cool things I see right off the bat is that the display unit, let's see if I could do this one-handed here. Okay, so the display unit right on the top tells you the date and time, and then you have your fingerprint right in here, which is not programmed yet. And so why don't we go into the programming of the unit? Now, this is definitely a little different than the other one that I did in my other video. So we're gonna go and see if we could program this unit. Okay, so the first thing we're going to try to do is we're going to try to log in as the administrator on this particular unit. Now, they all come with a default code, which is 1234, and that's how you will log in. Now, how do you log in? First of all, you press the number sign on here. I'm sorry, let me just flip this, the number sign, and it'll say enter admin code, or if you already have your fingerprint program into the unit, you could do that then. By the way, you only get like about 10 seconds to do this, so you got to do it fairly quickly. So let's do that. Press the number sign again. This unit is 1234. Press enter, and then here's the menu. Now, the way you move up and down is the 8 key and the number 2 key. That's how you will move up and down here. So let me just show you how it looks like. So let's just go down. Now, if I want to set up a fingerprint, I will do it there. If I want to use a user code, which you got 300 of those, you would do it there. System preferences, we're going to go into that later. AT logs, you can see how many people have logged in, logged out, you know, open the door. So it's kind of cool, you know, if you want to keep tabs of everything that's going on. So why don't we go and try to do a fingerprint? So let's do that. Fingerprint, I'm going to press enter. Enroll fingerprint. Pop ID, I guess Pop ID. Pop ID number 1. Now you have to try to keep your finger as closer to the middle as possible. There it is, successful. So my fingerprint is now into the system, and that's how easy it is. Now I'm gonna exit and I'll show you guys how this works once it's done. And there it is. Now let's put this little, let me zoom out here. Sorry for my filthy hands, guys, but it's working on some stuff today. So let me just put this on here so you guys see how this works. So you notice once the unit is connected. So right now this won't open because obviously the lock is locked. So I don't know if I can show you this, guys, but check that out. So there it is. It's better like this. So you see that this is now moving because it's locked. So I'm gonna try to open the door using my finger now. Let's try the front camera. Here we go. Here it is. I'm gonna go press it, open, and there it is. See how it opens and closes? Now I'm sorry I couldn't get a better view. Oh, now it's locked. It locks after maybe about 3 seconds, but there it is. That's how it works. Let's try that again. I'm gonna put my finger, let me do it on the top camera. Door unlocked, and voila. And we could do it a couple of times there. And I mean, I could have probably shown you this in the door, but it's too much trouble. I have to set up a camera, put this lock on the door. It's easier to just show you guys right on the camera how easy it is to set it up. Now, let me just talk about a couple other things here. So let me go back into the menu. Again, the first thing you should do when you get one of these locks, you have to change your passcode. Otherwise, somebody else could do what I'm doing once they recognize the lock. Oh, that's an Ardwolf A10. I know how to unlock it. So you should change your password. So the way you would change your password is you will go to the system. Make sure I get this zoomed in here. And you go to the system. Oops, it took too long again. Let's set up the date and time. Let's go down to system. Oh, here it is, system, press enter. Date and time. Let's do that. Maybe not military time. Let's check it out. Let's see. 07. Nope, it uses regular time. 51. 50. Oh, okay. There it is. I changed the date and the time. The verify mode, we could change that as well. So you could change it, so either you could set up your lock to unlock with your finger or a code or just a finger. So you could do that here. You could change that there. We're gonna go back now. The next code. You could take off that beep. You know, there's an annoying beep. I actually don't like the beep, so I'm gonna take that off. And the beep is off now, and it doesn't beep, beep, beep anymore. It tells you about the system. I guess it'll tell you about the capacity, administrator, you know, all the different locks that you have set up in your system already. And the administrator code. So you enter the current administrator code and then you enter the code that you want. This you should do right at the beginning because you don't want somebody else logging into your system. You could also reset the lock to the factory. So you press on there and it will reset the lock to the factory settings where you could just start all over from the beginning. Now let me show you guys how to do if you want to do a number lock, you know, if you want to give out numbers, because another thing you could set up like numbers where, you know, maybe a dog sitter comes over, you don't want to give them a key, you could give them a one-time access code. So I'm going to show you how to set up a code. First thing, of course, we go into the administrative code here. Again, you don't hear the beeping anymore. I turned it off, but so here we go, down, user code right up here. We're going to go enter, add code, and pop ID. We're just going to leave number 1. You could do whatever ID you want. You go up to 300. So you could either have 4 to 12 code. 10 1969, enter. 10 1969, enter. And there it is. There's my code. It's successful. We're going to log out of here. So I'll show you guys how this unlocks. So as you can see, the lock does not open because we haven't entered the code, and we're going to enter the code now. So here we go. Press any key, activates it. We do the code 10 1969. Press enter. Unlocked, and then let's do this quick. There it is. So I couldn't do it one-handed this time. I don't know why, but let us try it again. Let's do the code 10 1969. Press enter, and there it is. And there it is. Open, close, and then obviously once the lock locks up again, you know, you can't do it. So who is this for? This is for a person who has an office. Like I said, this unit should be used most likely indoor. It's not an all-weather unit. If the water goes in here, or you know, it reaches any of these like, you know, obviously here, your unit is ruined because it's not a waterproof unit. This is more like for an office, a home office, maybe a garage door. You know, maybe you have a closet where you keep valuables. You could put this on there, and you know, that's a great extra protection for your home. What I do like about this particular unit is, first of all, I'm not a little too crazy about having the programming unit on the top in the front of the door, because I feel like somebody might have an idea or try to figure out what the code is, and they'll play with it or whatever. But it's, you know, it's a different kind of unit. Like I said, it's probably more for like an indoor place, not an outdoor place. So, you know, if somebody's trying to break into your office, you have a camera, you're gonna catch them anyways. What I do like is the biometric part of the lock, where it's really simple to use, really simple to program. As you can see by the prompts on the top, it's super easy to use. And a big plus is the handle where you could switch it around to whatever side you want. You don't have to get a particular one, whether, you know, if you want to take the unit with you to a different door and the door is on, you know, the handle is on the other side, you don't have to buy another one. You could just take this one and use it there. Now, to install this is super easy. Anybody with a screwdriver can install this on their door. It's not, you know, it doesn't take a mechanic, it doesn't take a carpenter, it doesn't take a, you know, professional person to do this. Anybody could install this in their home. Now, a little bonus unit that I always forget to mention. I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it in the other video, but I almost forgot, is this little part that it has right here. See this? Now, let's say, now you get about, I think the cycle of the batteries, depending what kind of batteries you put, you could get about maybe a year and a half's worth of battery life to use this. It doesn't use a lot of battery, but what happens if the batteries run out? What do you do? And you don't have the key, which, you know, you left the key at home or whatever the issue is. So they came up with a solution. The solution is a 9-volt battery. You plug this battery right here on the bottom, and it'll give you enough juice to just turn on the unit briefly to unlock it. You know, you put your fingerprint, pop, you unlock it. I think it's a great idea, a great solution for that. So guys, thanks for checking out my review. I know it was in the long side, but I really wanted to show you all the features that this particular lock has. Like I said, I've done a review for one of these locks in the past, and this is like an upgrade to that version that I did before, which is, I believe, is the Ardwolf 10. This is the Ardwolf 10A. Guys, let me know what you think. You know, if you're looking for a lock for your office, for your garage, for a closet, you know, you want to put some stuff, you know, in a closet. You don't want to worry about keys and, you know, losing keys. This is a good solution. I definitely recommend it. Like I said, it has a cycle life of maybe a year and a half of battery life, and if you ever run out of batteries, you can always pop in the auxiliary port battery there, and you could charge. You know, you could open up the door. Excellent, love it. As always, Ardwolf always comes through with these amazing gadgets. Guys, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this review. You've been watching LGTV. I am Juan Granos. Find me on Instagram, Los Granos. Find me on Facebook, Los Granos. Find me on Twitter, Los Granos. Find me on YouTube, Los Granos. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and share. I'll see you guys next time.